Good morning, everyone. My name is Tammy Sadler-Jones. I'm the Assistant City Administrator, and I'd like to call to order the License and Variance Board meeting for Wednesday, April 26, 2017, at 10 o'clock a.m. Board members present to my left is Roy Akery, the Fire Chief, and to his left is Scott Stokes, the Director of Public Works. Heather Pekin-Corn is the Deputy Clerk, and she will be taking the official meeting minutes. First item is a public hearing, variance request V17020, allow side setback reduction on north side from 12 feet to 7 feet and south side from 12 feet to 10.6 feet for an addition to a single-family residence. Land lot 597, 0.75 acres, 3389 Pine Tree Drive. David Dean is the applicant. Mr. Dean, can you step to the podium, please? And for the record, can you state your name and then also tell us about your variance request? You can pull the mic up. Okay.
And then on the south side of the house, we're adding a front porch, and that will cause the 10.6 from 12 feet.
Okay. Any questions for the applicant? All right. At this time, we'll have comments by our staff, so you can just sit right on the front row, please.
Good morning, Joey Stobbs, Planner 2 with Community Development. Applicant is requesting side setback reductions at 3389 Pine Tree Drive from 12 feet to 10.6 feet on the southern side and 12 feet to 5 feet on the northern side. Sorry. It's an existing single-family home built in the 50s. The applicant is remodeling the home and adding additional square footage to the back of the house and then a front porch on the front side of the house. The existing structure is it's parallel to the road, but the side lot lines angle. The side lot lines are angled, so it's not exactly perpendicular to the sides. So on the back, the back of the lot, the side lot line is closer, and then on the front left of the front right of the house, that side lot line is closer than it would normally be. So to do these additions, the applicant would need these two variances. Existing house is about 14,000 square feet, and with the additions, it will add about 1,100 square feet. So it would bring the home into conformance with the 2,100 square foot minimum of R20. So because of the existing conditions and the angle of the lot lines, we've recommended approval, and with just one condition, that the property for the requested variance be conditioned upon substantial compliance with the site plan submitted.
Any questions for the staff?
So I think the agenda sheet's wrong. So the variances are what? Say that again.
Should be the same. The reduction of the southern side setback from 12 feet to 10.6 feet, and the northern side from 12 feet to 5 feet. Or
Okay, our sheet says 7 feet, 12 to 7.
Is
so
it
it's
7? Okay, it is 7 feet.
7? Okay.
I got that.
Okay, all right. This is a public hearing. If anyone else would like to speak regarding this issue, please step to the podium at this time. And Did you have some stipulations, conditions, rather?
Just that one condition that it be compliant with the site plan submitted.
Okay. And Mr. Dean, for the record, do you accept the condition as stated?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Again, this is a public hearing. If anyone else would like to speak, please step to the podium at this time. Seeing no one, I'd like to entertain a motion, please.
Motion to approve variance request V 17-020, allow side setback reduction on the north side from 12 feet to 7 feet, and a side yard setback from 12 feet to, on the south side, setback from 12 feet to 10.6 feet.
Second with the condition.
It's been motioned and properly second that we approve variance request V17020. All in favor, please vote. All right, motion passes unanimously. Thank you so much. Request V17021, reduction of front setback from 40 feet to 10 feet for existing canopy, land lot 412, 0.52 acres, 3402 South Cobb Drive. Cascade Properties, LLC is the applicant. Is anyone here from Cascades? Yes. Okay, all right. And for the record, can you state your name?
Tony Dawson.
Okay, all right. And Mr. Dawson, you have a couple of variance requests here, so we'll just take them individually.
Okay.
All right, so if you can tell us about your first one, please.
The first one is to reduce the front setback from 40 feet to 10 feet, and I think that is along Lake Drive. It's an existing canopy, which makes us kind of a non-conforming structure that is already existing there. So what we're going to do as far as proposing is we're not going to touch that canopy, but we need that variance to bring it into compliance. So we're asking for that 40-foot setback to be reduced to 10 feet.
Can you give us just kind of an overview? I realize that you've got probably looks like 4 or 5 variances with
Yes.
this one piece of property. So it's our understanding that you're going to take this and make some changes, but reopen it back as a convenience store, gas station. Is that so? Just give us kind of a big picture overview of the project. If you
Yeah, what we're looking at is, of course, it's an existing gas station now with an existing canopy, a car wash located at the rear of the building. I mean, the rear of the property. What we're proposing is to go in with a brand new building, brick, clean, and it's going to be 3,000 square feet. It's going to be placed where the existing car wash is kind of located now. We're going to utilize the existing canopy, and of course, it's going to be a convenience store, C-store, retail, kind of your typical gas station. That's kind of what the proposed development is going to entail from an overview.
So you want to leave in place and continue to utilize the existing canopy?
Correct.
That's right.
Right.
But
We're not gonna,
the structure that's currently under the canopy
will be removed. Yes.
And you can build a new one in the back where the
Correct.
Okay.
Any other questions on this one? All right. Mr. Is you said Dobson?
Dawson.
Dawson.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Dawson, can you have a seat on the front row there?
Yes.
And then staff will make comments.
Applicant is requesting variance at 3402 South Cobb Drive to allow the existing canopy, which is non-conforming, to remain on the property. Actually, these first 2 variances deal with the existing non-conforming canopy. So it would need a front setback reduction from 40 feet to 10 feet, and then a front setback reduction from 50 feet to 40 feet for the South Cobb facing side of the canopy.
That's what I was going to ask you, Joey, not to interrupt, but it appears that they're the same thing, but basically they're both considered front setback, but it's because of the South Cobb and the lake individually. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, because it's
Okay.
on a corner lot.
Right.
so.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions for the staff?
Can you read into record, Joey, the two, because I've gone through all of them, and the two conditions seem to carry through all of them, and they're exactly the same. So if you could read those into record.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
So as far as the existing canopy goes, we've recommended approval that the non-conforming structure that's already existing on the property, so we are supportive of allowing it to remain there. We have recommended 2 conditions for the variance approvals. Number 1 is approval of the requested variance shall be conditioned upon development of the property in substantial compliance with the site plan submitted with the variance application. And 2, the dumpster, which is a separate variance, will be enclosed on 3 sides by brick.
Thank you.
And Mr. Dawson, for the record, do you accept the 2 conditions as stated?
Yes.
Okay.
I do have a question.
Okay.
I just wanted to double check on the address. I think it's showing, I think it's 3402, and then I have something that's 3418. So I just want to make sure we're okay with that.
There are some discrepancies with the address between Cobb County and ours. 3402, which is one of the assigned addresses, is the one that's most, it's the most sequential address. There's another number that would be out of sequence. I don't know where that came from, but for simplicity's sake and for sequential order, 3402 is the most reasonable address for the property.
Okay.
I got
This-
a question for
go
the
ahead.
applicant. Is this going to be a convenience store? Or
Yes.
What role do you play? Are you the
I'm the civil,
Okay.
so I will be doing the site plan submitting for
okay?
approval.
So you don't know whether or not it's going to be sell alcohol.
That I do not know.
What about food?
Um,
I'm just
It's-
thinking this thing like a Quick Trip and a racetrack where they sell
I know
food.
it won't. I'm pretty sure it won't be like a Quick Trip racetrack, just because of the size of the building. But it may have some type of food service as far as like sandwiches or the little thing that rolls the hot dog around that you can buy the hot dog. So I'm sure it may have something similar to that. But as far as like they have
Maybe
Quick
no-
Trip now has the where you can purchase the food. Like I don't think it will.
Okay, because I'm thinking food preparation and grease traps and
Correct.
sand traps and all that kind of
Correct.
stuff.
Yes, I'm not proposing any grease trap at this point, which will dictate that there are no food prep of that situation going on.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I just wasn't sure which role you played, and these are items that are going to come up during plan review.
Yes.
All right. This is a public hearing. If anyone else would like to speak regarding this issue, please step to the podium at this time. And for the record, Deputy City Clerk, you can just put there are no other individuals in the building except us and the one applicant. Seeing no one, I'd like to entertain a motion, please.
Motion to approve variance request V17-021, reduction of front setback from 40 to 10 feet for existing canopy land lot 412, 0.52 acre located at 3402 South Cobb Drive for Cascade Properties LLC, to include the 2 conditions as read into record by staff.
Second.
It's been motioned and properly second that we approve variance request V17021. All in favor, please vote. All right, motion passes unanimously. V17022, reduction of front setback from 50 feet to 40 feet for existing canopy, land lot 412, 0.5 Drive, Cascade Properties, LLC. Any other additional comments from you, Mr.?
No, No.
Okay, all right. Any other additional comments from staff?
No, none other than what we've already mentioned.
Okay. All right. Any questions? Again, this is a public hearing. If anyone else would like to speak regarding this issue, please step to the podium at this time. Seeing no one, I'd like to entertain a motion.
17-022, reduction of front setback from 50 feet to 40 feet for existing canopy, land lot 412.52 acres, 3402 South Cobb Drive.
Second.
It's been motioned and properly second that we approve variance request V17022. All in favor, please vote. Motion passes unanimously. Next item is a public 3, reduction of rear setback from 30 feet to 2 feet, land lot 412, 0.52 acres, 3402 South Cobb Drive, Cascade Properties, LLC. Mr. Dawson, would you like to give comments on this, please?
Yes, on this variance, the reason why we are seeking this variance is there's an existing car wash that sits in this general area now, so we will, the proposed building will actually go in this same location, and it gives us the ability to, add the parking along the front of the building and increase the traffic flow between the building and the canopy by being able to place it at that depth on the rear setback.
Mr. Dawson, it looks like just in just the basic site plan that we have, that you intend to utilize existing curb cuts?
Yes. Yes.
Both off of both street frontages on the corner?
Yes.
Okay.
Any other questions? Mr. Stobbs, do you have any comments?
Excuse me. Applicant is requesting a variance to reduce the rear setback from 30 feet to 2 feet. Because this is a corner lot and it's roughly half an acre, the buildable area is somewhat limited. The only buildable area that would be conforming with our standards would put the store right up against the canopy. So in order to maintain some sense of circulation around the site and access with trucks and emergency vehicles and patrons, we recognize the hardship with the site and support this variance request with those same conditions as already read.
Okay. Any questions for the staff? All right. This is a public hearing. If anyone would like to speak regarding this issue, please step to the podium at this time. Seeing no one, I'd like to entertain a motion, please.
2.3, reduction of rear setback from 30 to 2 feet, land lot 412, 0.52 acre located at 3402 South Cobb Drive for Cascade Properties, LLC, to include the 2 conditions as previously read into the record by staff.
Second.
It's been motioned and properly second that we approve variance request V17023. All in favor, please vote. Motion passes unanimously. Next item is a public hearing, variance reduction of parking requirements from 17 spaces to 10 spaces, land lot 412, 0.52 acres, 3402 South Cobb Drive, Cascade Properties, LLC. Mr. Dawson, can you tell us about this one, please?
Yes, on this variance request, the code parking requirement is about 16 for the size building of 3,000 square feet. Being that this lot is about a half an acre, we're utilizing the existing canopy just to kind of get the flow of the traffic to the best on this particular site. We are only able to obtain 10 parking spaces and to meet the code of adding the dumpster. So that's the reason why we are requesting from 17 down to 10 parking spaces.
What's the normal? I mean, is 10 adequate? How do we?
Yes.
With your experience with, I guess, maybe other stores that you're familiar with?
Yes, 10 would be adequate because the most of the parking that we're proposing along this one is in the front of the building. And then a lot of the parking, even though some municipalities don't recognize the parking underneath the canopy as actual parking, but a lot of the people who do use the inside sales are parked at the at the canopy. So that in addition will actually give you more parking than 10.
Do you intend to have your required ADA access space? Do you think it's going to just be one required for this occupancy?
It
given
is
the square
one
footage?
that's required, which will be van accessible as well. And I think I am showing that on the site plan. Yeah.
And
so
that would be near the
front of the store.
front entrance of the store.
Yes.
So that would be one of the 10. Is that right?
That'll be one of the 10.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Any other questions? Okay. Joey Stobbs, please.
Applicant is requesting a parking reduction from 17 spaces to 10 spaces. As Mr. Dawson has noted, it is a very constrained site and only half an acre. We feel that 10 spaces will be adequate and that there are additional places to park on the site. Should that would really only hinder the owner themselves by not being able to sell gas if people are parked under the canopy that aren't buying gas. So we're comfortable with that number and we recommend approval.
Okay.
Another question for the applicant. Being such a small site and trying to maneuver everything going on in there, what about gas delivery in the tractor trailer? How does that going to work?
Well, on that,
Have you-
the way that will end up doing is we have two options. One is you can request a smaller delivery truck instead of the 55-foot normal tanker truck. You can actually request a smaller size for sites that you can't. One of the other thing is I've put a truck template on this, and they can actually come in through off Cobb Drive. They will pull in. Then once they pull to the left and back in over the tanks, then they can actually pull back out on South Cobb Drive, or they can come in on Lake Drive, go through the canopy and do that. So there are several options that they can do. It'll just be the one that's.
So you've put a template on it, and you don't anticipate the
No.
tractor trailer sticking halfway into the South Cobb or
Oh, they won't.
Lake Drive and causing that. Okay.
Yeah. No, that won't be anything like that.
Just checking your homework.
All right.
He's the tough one on the board.
All right.
Any other comments, Joey?
Yeah, Mr. Dawson has met with the planning staff and city engineer, and we've discussed most of these
Okay.
site constraints already. And he's assured us that these issues will, that everything is feasible with this site design.
Okay. This is a public hearing. If anyone would like to speak regarding this issue, please step to the podium at this time. Seeing no one.
Approval to approve variance request V17-024, reduction of parking requirement from 17 spaces to 10 spaces, land lot 412.52 acres, 3402 South Cobb Drive, with the same conditions as mentioned by staff.
Second.
All in favor? We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please vote. All right, motion passes unanimously. Next item is a public hearing, variance request V1 accessory structure dumpster and side yard, land lot 412, 0.52 acres, 3402 South Cobb Drive, Cascade Properties, LLC. I'm ready, yes, I'm sorry.
On this particular variance, it's the accessory structure of the dumpster, and I think we have the condition of that trash enclosure to be three-sided brick. We're also going to have a metal gate that will be on the front that will remain closed when the dumpster is not in use.
Any questions? Okay, all right.
Applicant is requesting a variance to allow the accessory structure dumpster in the side yard or front yard, however it's looked. It's closest to the entrance on Lake Drive. It's where the dumpster is proposed. It's really the only place for the dumpster to go. Our ordinance requires an accessory structure to not be in the front yard or side yard. But given the constraints with the site and this being really the only feasible location, we're supportive of that with the condition that it be enclosed by a brick structure, just so it kind of gives some visual buffer to the dumpster being right at the street side of the property. We recommended approval with the condition that it be enclosed.
Okay. Any questions? Mr. Dawson, for the record, do you accept the condition in regards to the dumpster?
Yes.
Thank you. This is a public hearing. If anyone would like to speak regarding this issue, please step to the podium at this time. Seeing no one.
Approve variance request V17-021 to allow accessory structure dumpster in side yard at land lot 412, 0.52 acre, 3402 South Cobb Drive for Cascade Properties, LLC, with the conditions as read into the record by staff.
Second.
It's been motioned and properly second that we approve variance request V17021. All in favor, please vote. All right, motion passes unanimously. Thank you so much, Mr. Dawson.
Thank you.
Okay. 12th, 2017 meeting of the License and Variance Board.
Motion to approve the minutes from the April 12th.
Second.
It's been motioned and properly second that we approve the meeting minutes from April 12th, 2017. All in favor, please vote. Motion passes unanimously. 28 a.m. Thank you.